One of the things that astonished me yesterday in statements by the Morrison government and by Treasury was that all their talk seemed predicated on a rapid business bounce back. Though I must say the Prime Minister avoided talking about a snapback to business as usual. Even the government seems to not now know that the economy is not hibernating, waiting to spring back in the months ahead. The economy is in a damn coma. And I think government is starting to wake up. No more talk of lockdowns, did you notice? Don't tell me they've got the message. But has the horse bolted? The government has outlaid $70 billion on JobKeeper, but is now saying by extending it from September to March, it'll only cost $16 billion. In my day, when I worked in government, they called those figures rubbery. Treasury, which seems to get more things wrong than right, is tossing up optimistic assumptions that businesses will suddenly do so well that they won't be eligible for the wage subsidy. Hence, it won't cost $70 billion, but $16 billion. I think someone needs to tell the government that economic growth is made up of what we spend. Have a look at our capital cities. They're morgues. Businesses not doing business. Look at the Opera House. I showed you that last night. Not a soul. Now, for a strong recovery, you need business investment. Does the government think low interest rates will look after that? Are the tourism, hospitality, arts and entertainment world going to return to what they were? International borders will remain closed to most foreign tourists and many foreign students. This smashes export income. You can't have restrictions on economic activity without dramatically affecting economic behaviour. But if you frighten the tripe out of people, they won't spend. The nation needs attitudinal change from its leadership. Stop preaching doom and gloom. We can all look after our own health. Tell the nation to get up and get into it before it's too late. The industry body Fitness Australia yesterday released an impact of extending the JobKeeper payment for the fitness industry report. It's a mouthful, I know. It says, without JobKeeper, now remember that's being reduced from October 1, from $1,500 a fortnight to $1,200 a fortnight, and from January 1, $1,000, it's your money. They're saying without JobKeeper, more than 60% of businesses, sole traders and individuals said they could only remain viable for less than a month. Almost 90% said less than 3 months. The survey was of people in clubs and gyms and studios, personal trainers, group fitness instructors. The real story is, without massive taxpayer subsidies, these and thousands of businesses, and I mean thousands, are, pardon the language, stuffed. Remember, there are over 260,000 businesses currently with deferred mortgage payments to the banks of $160 billion. And the government, who got us into this mess, thinks there'll be a rapid bounce back. Think again. Barrie Elvish is the CEO of Fitness Australia. He joins us from Melbourne, and where he's locked up, of course. But Barrie, thank you for your time. To put it bluntly, you're saying without massive taxpayer subsidies, 70 billion of them, business and employment in your industry would be smashed.
That's correct, Alan. And I'm actually in Sydney, just to correct you there. Oh. But we have 35,000 people working in our industry as well, and it's worth about $3 billion a year. So the lockdowns for our sector has been absolutely devastating. And
what's going to happen when these subsidies are reduced and then removed?
Well, if we don't get the members coming back, it's going to be really problematic for our businesses and those personal trainers. And the fact of the matter is that a lot of people are waiting to see what's going to happen in the general economy, what's going to happen with more lockdowns, etc., before they actually come back into a gym. It's a bit of a double whammy. It's very difficult for us to be able to manage.
Yes. See, why I'm wanting to talk to you tonight is that not only are you big on jobs and investment, but mental health. And good mental health leads to greater productivity and happiness, doesn't it?
Absolutely, Alan. And look, I've been contacted by many a personal trainer who are really concerned, particularly in Victoria, where some of them are dealing with clients with severe mental and physical problems.
Yeah, yep.
They can't actually keep their training going. They're really worried about the health of these people and what's going to happen without that contact to keep the training going. It is really, really difficult for them.
So you're saying that JobKeeper is necessary to support a stronger Australia financially and mentally, but you surely must be worried how much longer that can go on.
Well, we are. I mean, quite clearly the government can't keep just keeping the money flowing. But as you've quite correctly indicated, we have the Prime Minister, we have the Health Minister, we have the Premiers all come out and saying it's really important to keep exercising, which obviously we agree with. But people need to exercise in a range of different contexts, and we need those gyms open, we need those personal trainers able to provide their services to the people in the community. Well, COVID-19 and the anxiety it has caused has raised mental health issues significantly in this country.
Definitely.
It's not just me saying this. It is Beyond Blue. It is Lifeline.
Definitely.
It is a significant
no
problem.
doubt. See, before we go, Barry, I just want to repeat that I mentioned many experts, one of them David Katz, Dr David Katz, the founding director of the Yale University Prevention Research Centre. And he said, this is way back in March, I'm deeply concerned that the social, economic and public health consequences of this near total meltdown of normal life will be long-lasting and calamitous, possibly graver than the direct toll of the virus itself. The unemployment, impoverishment and despair likely to result will be public health scourges of the first order. This is Yale University. I should point out immodestly, I first raised these and other observations to government on the 2nd of April this year, when the lockdown mania took over. No one wanted to listen. Now, here we are. Barry, good luck and thank you for your time. I will be looking at that mental health issue later on in the weeks ahead.
Thanks, Alan. Appreciate your interest.
Not at all. Thank you and good luck.